cabin. How can you demonstrate that a house can be built quickly and easily? For example, Quite Light claims that only a screwdriver or power drill is needed to construct their structure. Using one of these simple tools, each part weighing 29 pounds connects to another. First, the walls are put together, then the door is installed, finally the roof is built. Eventually, within a short period, a little house comes together with enough space inside for a kitchen, a bedroom combined with a dining area, and basically everything needed for a cozy living experience. Everything inside can be used without worrying about bad weather. The panels are made of polypropylene, the roof is vinyl, and there's an extra waterproof seal along the edges, so rain won't get in and it'll keep relatively warm inside. ReTreet. Building it's as easy and enjoyable as playing with Legos during the rest. This is what EcoDome claims. Perhaps it's an exaggeration, but not far from the truth because their dome structures really assemble quickly and easily. At least that's what you see in the video from the company, where one person assembles a 366 square foot aluminum housing frame in 7 hours without using any tools. Certainly the assembly time can vary because the company offers different models up to a dome with an area of 700 square feet. However, in any configuration, the total time spent will not exceed 1 day. And that's indeed faster than many competitors. Plus, the resulting dwelling will offer users protection from all types of weather. And the claim about protection is not a joke. Despite the external flimsiness of the structure, such domes can really save from a lot. Of course, in real life, you wouldn't want to test it, but there are tests out there that'll demonstrate everything. A-fold houses. A-fold structures, once put together, look just like real homes. They're brought to the site and set up with the help of a crane. Then the crane lifts the parts upward and fits them with the walls. Yeah, using a crane might feel like taking a shortcut, but hey, look how fast you can get a house up and running. It's interesting how homes from A-fold, ranging from 560 to 1,313 square feet in the A model lineup, and from 592 to 1,410 square feet in the T model lineup, all go up just as quickly. So whether you're after a snug little house or something more substantial like a cottage, there's plenty of flexibility to suit your preferences. Choosing a home with top-notch features will be simple for those interested in A-fold's options. A-fold claims that all their structures are built from wood infused with mineral fibers, ensuring exceptional heat transfer, vapor permeability, and sound absorption. To make the house fireproof, you can cover it with fire-resistant fiberglass fabric. Alternatively, you could keep a protective cloth handy that you would throw over the wall closest to the approaching flames. And of course, don't forget about waterproofing. If your home's in flood-prone areas, reinforcing the lower part of the house with this sealant can be a lifesaver. It's originally made for basements, but hey, when it comes to protecting your home, any trick works. BretteHaus. Here's a house that looks more conventional than domes, but can be built even faster. It's equipped with a hinge system that allows the building to be put up in about 3 hours after it's placed in the right spot. You can argue that there are many such houses that unfold quickly, but they require a lot of time to set up electricity and plumbing. The creators of this house confidently claim that all utilities are already inside. You just need to connect them to external sources or your own autonomous ones. The price of the houses can vary depending on their sizes. For the smallest one, with a useful space of 170 square feet, you'll need to pay around $35,000, while the largest house with an area of 280 square feet costs about $68,000. Capsule. With a wooden frame, an aluminum alloy shell, and double-layered glass, you'd think setting up such a cabin would take quite a lot of time. However, Tourlet Tent Company gets it done in just 2 days. But what's really remarkable is that it's not just a quick build. It's a tough home. How so? Well, the company claims their dome house can handle winds up to 62 miles per hour, snow loads up to 165 pounds per 10 square feet, and temperatures ranging from minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And as yet another bonus, the structure is impact resistant. Plus, Yurt Cabins have a sleek, futuristic look to them. Pretty impressive for a quickly erected home that can handle all the whims of nature. Eco Resort. If you love The Lord of the Rings and want to live in a hobbit-like home, you can easily do so with Green Magic Homes. Their workers will come to your desired location, set up, and bolt together parts made of reinforced fiber polymer in a short time. After that comes the finishing touches, furnishing, and you're ready to move into your new dwelling. Those who know what hobbit dwellings look like have already noticed the catch. There's no greenery here. The homes of these fictional characters were covered with it. That's why the final stage of construction should be creating this eco-friendly covering. Now it's ready. Even if you've never considered living in the Lord of the Rings houses, you shouldn't miss out on the homes from Green Magic Homes. They have good insulation, and the green covering on top helps keep them cool in summer and warm in winter. Don't feel like spending a lot of money, but want to see the Hobbit's house? There's a way out. You need to go to New Zealand, where the original village from the movie is located. Prefab-X. With a portfolio boasting more than 2,000 construction projects worldwide, PTH Company has honed the art of creating swiftly deployable and top-notch homes. Here's a great example: the Prefab-X house, currently assembled on your screens. From its compact transport state, the house transforms into a livable space in just 8 hours. You might think that's too long. Actually, during this time, the customer gets a fully furnished living space of 430 square feet, not just an empty room. Speaking of quality, the house boasts a Class 3 fire resistance rating, Class 9 seismic resistance rating, can withstand wind speeds up to 155 miles per hour, handles heavy snow loads, and offers sound insulation of around 60 decibels. Revonia. While many companies are going for modular, quick-build houses made from modern materials, concrete still holds its ground and remains competitive. Factories produce modules from it, ranging from options as small as 100 square feet costing $32,000 to capsules costing $212,000 with an area of 860 square feet. Any of these modules will be delivered to the construction site, placed on a polystyrene foam insulation board, and if necessary, covered with polyurethane foam. For large projects, the modules are placed on a strip foundation, which fastens them together, supports them from below, and reduces the overall installation time. Construction time is also reduced because these concrete houses often skip exterior finishing or insulation and are simply filled with soil. Comfotel. One truck can bring in 10 of these containers, which can quickly unfold into full-on living spaces. Could there be a better solution for big events than this? Also, these cute little cottages right here are all set up and good to go. Each one comes with 2 chairs, a table, 2 beds, towels, outlets, lights, storage spots, and a mirror. However, there's another neat aspect, not concerning the mobile hotel rooms directly, but the company Flex Hotels that produces them, they can customize the units by adding the brand logo and equipping them according to the client's needs. WangerFlange. Meet Paul Robinson, the guy who came up with a really useful home-built construction technology called WangerFlange. This is a small piece of stainless steel with a bend and a couple of holes used to connect posts. They can be connected at any angle and in any direction, allowing anyone to build without limitations. Paul put out a list to help out builders who might be overwhelmed by the new opportunities. It lays out how you can build a tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, icosahedron, dodecahedron, star, geodesic dome, hexagonal greenhouse, and a whole lot more. At the right sizes, many of these could be put up quickly and make for some really unique housing. NovaDome. The panels. These are what NovaDome's houses are made of. They consist of composite fiberglass, which, together with structural features, lets them withstand winds up to 180 miles per hour, high snow loads, and really any kind of weather. Plus, the creators claim that their homes are also long-lasting with a lifespan reaching 50 years. And all this with minimal maintenance and quick assembly, done in just a few hours by 3 to 4 people. The company offers 2 models of homes, one with a diameter of 14 feet and an interior area of 150 square feet, and another with a diameter of 20 feet and an area of 312 square feet. For each model, you can choose from 30 colors and over 100 different interior configurations. But if you want to furnish your new durable and quick-to-build home yourself, NovaDome probably won't say no. And if you need a dome house that goes up even faster, then you should turn to Delft University of Technology. They've created a structure that goes up in 1 minute and 7 seconds. But there are concerns that the wind might make the house fly far and long. Startblock. Solving the shortage of available housing is simple and fast. Factories produce structures using wooden panels, which are then delivered to the required location and installed. Afterwards, only a few steps are needed to transform everything into a comfortable home. The resulting homes aren't the dream come true, but rather a pretty decent option. Moreover, they come in very generous sizes. Main models can reach up to 34 feet or 28 feet in height, with a total floor area of 635 square feet. Additionally, the panels used for these homes have excellent thermal insulation properties and even soundproofing. They also withstand heavy loads without settling or deforming. And you know, these houses just look appealing. Tidy and stylish design doesn't push away, but invites you to live inside. Gardenrobe. A 20-foot-long construction by Pinup Houses features a small rest area, or to be honest, a simple awning with a place to sit. The house also includes numerous storage spaces for anything from tools to bikes or skis. For those into keeping livestock, the designers added a chicken coop and a dovecote. Those who love autonomy will be pleased. The building that claims to be one of the most unusual and functional tiny houses is equipped with a rainwater collection system and tank, as well as solar panels on the roof. The whole thing goes together in about 2 hours with little effort. Frame House. Since 2003, Frame House has been doing what every quick construction enthusiast will approve of, building wooden frame homes using prefabricated timber components. Prefabricated beams, wall panels, including versions with window openings, ceiling panels, and floor panels can be delivered to the construction site, along with various insulation, membranes, and other finishing materials for the future home. Thanks to the Frame House approach, all of this will be quickly installed, gradually creating the completed living space. SCE-20. Some containers are used to transport goods while others are designed for full-time living. Naturally, what's left of the typical storage container from TMG Industrial is pretty much just the shape. And even that's true only during transport, because when the container reaches the destination, an incredible transformation happens. The walls on both sides can unfold, causing the container to expand 3 times its size. And yeah, there are no people building it in the videos, which means it all happens automatically. The resulting house has 2 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The house is also resistant to termites and rodents. Also, it has high fire resistance and thermal efficiency because it's made of galvanized steel and sandwich panels. A perfect solution for those who love mobility, or rather for wealthy mobility enthusiasts, since the house costs $35,000. Actually, you can get by with a regular shipping container, which can quite feasibly be turned into a decent home. And in general, transforming old containers can be turned into a business, just like Carl Kaufman did, the owner of Relevant Buildings Company. Quick domes. Whether it's a 1,500 square foot home or a 5,400 square foot home, it doesn't matter. Dome houses' construction speed will be faster than similar solutions in any case. The high construction speed is due to a simple feature that many might call cheating. Dome houses are made from factory-assembled panels. Not only can these panels quickly and easily become the house walls, they also arrive at the construction site with all necessary layers and materials like waterproofing, vapor barriers, insulation, and interior finishes. So basically, you just set it up and forget about it. Apart from the panels, dome houses hardly have anything else, only the frame, which is installed first, as well as windows, doors, and various interior designs that are tailored to the customer's needs. This is why the entire construction process happens very quickly. Redwood. The makers of this house claim it's meant for enjoying nature retreats, but you could clearly live in this dome full-time. The frame's made of steel tubing with hot-dip galvanizing so it can handle heavy snow and wind and is easy to set up. You basically just need to be able to read the manual and assemble the parts by hand or with a power drill. Having a friend around wouldn't hurt either. It'll take less time that way. The covering placed on the frame does a great job as the roof and walls of a permanent residence. It's made of PVC so it doesn't leak, is fire resistant, and even retains a bit of warmth. Honestly, there's no guarantee the cover will keep heat, which the company subtly admits by suggesting installing a wood stove. Prefab Dome. According to Epstec, you can assemble a dome house in 2 hours. To do this, you need to use their foam polystyrene panels. The building process is quite simple. The panels are methodically connected to each other, gradually forming the dome. First, the wall panels are installed, and then the roof is assembled. Everything is additionally secured, and then extra insulation is added. After equipping the house with all the extra elements, you can move in right away, since the structure made from these panels has excellent thermal, vibration, and moisture insulation. And if you think this house looks too plain and boring, don't worry, because you can easily decorate it. Grande S1. This is another container home, but its mobility is much higher than the previous one because the company PODX Go put it on wheels. When folded, the Grande S1 has dimensions of 20 by 11 by 7 feet and weighs 22,000 pounds, which means not every vehicle can handle transporting it. If you feel like this container's a bit small for your home, one push of a button can fix that, turning the trailer into 363 square foot living space within 15 minutes. It includes a kitchen with countertops, cabinets, a refrigerator, and a sink, as well as a bedroom with a queen-size bed and a bathroom with a shower and toilet. Inside Grande S1 is equipped with everything you could want for life on the move. It includes air conditioning, a water heater, a smoke sensor, and a water intake for connecting to the city water supply. You can also select additional upgrades, although they'll cost extra beyond the base price of $85,000. Yurt Cabins. If the area you decided to live in is at risk of wildfires or strong winds, Design Horizons has a solution for you. The fire resistance of the company's buildings is ensured by the fact that their structure contains steel studs and tracks, as well as steel floor joists. Overall, the company creates homes where steel is the predominant material. Wind protection is ensured by the design features. From the sides, the wind simply moves along the house, not exerting significant pressure on the structure. The front and rear parts are built to be as stable as possible. The main restriction is that the wind speed should not exceed 100 miles per hour. You can also secure relatively safe housing fairly quickly. The company says the largest building is erected in 7 days by a team of 4 people, after which rough-in and siding works remain. Nomad Shelter. Nomad Shelter operates in Alaska, so they definitely know how to create yurts that are well suited for harsh conditions. The yurts of the company are placed on a wooden base made from pre-assembled parts, which is very useful for cold climates where the ground is deeply frozen. The main part of the yurt is the lattice, made of Douglas fir or white spruce and fastened with aluminum rivets. It's designed to withstand heavy snow loads and winds up to 100 miles per hour. All of this is covered with a welded seam roofing membrane that's resistant to mold, unaffected by ultraviolet light, and has good fire resistance. Inside, extra insulation is put in place that keeps heat in well. The smallest 10-foot yurt from Nomad Shelter costs $8,500. If you want a bigger and warmer home, you can customize one of the company's websites for a whopping $89,000. Domeshells. Houses like these look really odd, but they're already becoming popular. To build monolithic domes, you start by erecting a reinforced concrete foundation that shapes the structure. Next comes a less obvious but crucial component for these constructions, an airform. Once it's prepped, a layer of polyurethane foam is applied to the interior for added strength, followed by reinforcing rebar and concrete. As a result, we get a house that stands out primarily for its strength and durability. It's also worth noting its energy efficiency, since in the construction of monolithic domes, there are no seams through which air could leak. France. This house consists of 21 insulated panels all connected together with threaded rods. That's why, according to the creators from Pinup Houses, the entire assembly takes just 1 day. As you can notice, someone in the company definitely loves France because the color scheme of the office matches the colors of the country's flag. And it's not just for design's sake. The company decided to explore the psychology behind it. The deep blue hue is perfect for a sound sleep. It coats the part of the cottage designated for sleeping. The company doesn't explain the psychology behind the white color, but it's used in the daytime area with multifunctional chairs and a table. Red signifies fire, hence it's the color of the section housing the wood-burning stove, plus there's also a small kitchen. Unfortunately, the house is not for sale, but it seems like you could build a house like that yourself. Yurt Cabins. On your screens, you can see a yurt being set up, and it's a perfect choice for those who've always dreamed of living in a somewhat unconventional structure. First of all, it's worth mentioning what the structures are built on. Unlike many traditional options with complex foundations, here we simply have beams and panels. Yurt's walls come pre-assembled and are made of logs with fiberglass insulation, so you just need to put them in place. That's enough to live comfortably inside a yurt. The yurt roof consists of insulation panels covered with roofing fabric, which prevents moisture from getting through, keeps warmth well, and keeps out the cold. However, like the walls, you can upgrade or completely change the roof. When trying to modify a yurt, you can create something extremely efficient like the house called Dymaxion, designed by Buckminster Fuller. There were several versions of such a house at different times, but all of them were essentially a collection of parts assembled on site and intended for living anywhere in the world. Dome house. Building a dome-shaped house might seem like the easiest thing ever, but it turns out you can make the whole process even simpler. Panels made of expanded polystyrene. That's what's used in this case. Methodically and quite simply connecting to each other, they assemble into a quite decent living space in a short period of time. Thanks to the material, the house is much more resistant to various weather conditions, and it retains heat much better than traditional domes. Plus, such a dwelling has a decent level of fire resistance. While you could leave the house unchanged, it's best to do some additional finishing and insulation. For example, as the company representatives say, you could reinforce it with concrete. Why? Well, some people want to live in a bulletproof bunker. CN. There are countless companies that produce container homes, but Grande S solutions have a distinctive feature. The company's container homes are easier to transport than competitors because they can fold up. For instance, the CN10 model, when expanded, stands at a height of 103 inches, but when folded, it's just 20 inches. Overall, this feature saves carriers and warehouses from extra work and conserves space. All is clear when it comes to quick assembly. You bring it in, set up the walls, that's it. But what about the end users? Here's another plus of Grande S solution, as after the building, the containers are instantly ready for life. They come equipped with wiring, all the essentials for AC and heat installation, plus quality insulation to prevent heat loss. And you can move them with your own transport. Plus, it can go through not very suitable places. The house will even fit through small tunnels. Off-grid. Pinup Houses makes all sorts of homes. Today, we've already shown a few of their creations, and now these inventive builders have set their sights on a discarded shipping container. Inside, the living space has been made genuinely cozy, with the use of wooden posts and fir plywood. Also, there's a refrigerator, water heater, and other appliances. There's also assorted furniture such as a sleeper sofa, stools, and tables. In general, if you didn't know the backstory, it seems like you're in a typical cozy house rather than a container. Naturally, the company had to make the house self-sufficient, so it's fitted with a rainwater harvesting system with a tank, solar panels, and a wind turbine. Well, as usual, you can't buy this house. It's great that Pinup Houses is showing and explaining the entire construction process again, so you can put together this kind of housing yourself. Container home. In this video, there was already a container home that, due to its ability to fold, greatly simplified transportation. This container also folds and unfolds, but its overall dimensions when folded aren't something that will streamline the process. The thing is, a 40-foot container arriving on site can greatly expand in a short time. Its original walls turn into an additional floor, then walls are built for the new space. And so a container home appears in front of the customer 3 times larger than it was before unfolding. Because of this, literally everything necessary fits inside the house, including the kitchen, bathroom, and there's plenty of extra space that can be used for any needs. Concrete dome. Some say that anything built quickly tends to fall apart just as quickly. While that certainly doesn't apply to concrete dome buildings, their installation, frankly speaking, is not the easiest thing to do. Nevertheless, when compared to numerous other genuinely strong and durable structures, it's not so complicated. A form is inflated on the foundation, filled with concrete and reinforced with steel, then an additional coating is applied. Here you go. Now you have a house that can handle not only bad weather, even hurricanes, tornadoes, and all else won't cause any damage. Yes, it turns out that such domes can also protect against firearms. It's a real bunker. Domir Domes. That's how Domir Company builds its dome houses: 3 people and some turners. That's all you need to finish the building. The trickiest part of building such a house is making the frame. That's what takes most of the time. After that, everything becomes much easier. Forming walls is an easy and time-saving task because they're made from pre-made wood panels that already come with insulation. That means they're ready to use and just need to be installed, so the number of steps is minimal. Then comes the final step: pouring concrete. In this case, the company uses a composite of lime and industrial hemp. Its main advantage is that it's eco-friendly, and at the same time, it provides good thermal and sound insulation. Enviropod. According to the manufacturer, these cabins combine the strength and durability of a regular building with the mobility of a tent. Each home's mobility comes from its set of 2 windows, 1 door, and a ready-made panel pack. It all fits together quickly and can be dismantled just as easily. Even though the video shows multiple people in action, you really only need a couple of not-so-skilled friends to put it together. Proving strength and durability like a regular building is hard by just watching videos. However, according to the company, the house panels are made from fiberglass reinforced polymer, so the home can clearly withstand a lot. Steel frames. When steel frames from Dynamic Steel Frame are used in construction, the building process is quicker compared to similar frame systems. This is because of the lightweight nature of the elements. For instance, a frame piece for a 25-foot wall can be easily carried and set up by 2 people. Moreover, the company offers frame variations of the most unusual shapes, eliminating the need to spend time searching for suitable elements in specific situations. Dynamic steel frame carcasses not only allow for quicker home construction, once built, users benefit in numerous ways, especially compared to homes made from wooden beams. These homes are much more fire-resistant, protected from termites and mold, do not shrink, and deform significantly less. Cube. Nomad Company has patented frame construction technology, allowing them to build their houses in 40 hours. The quick install frame is made of metal, and in fact, most of the house is metal. Besides quick setup, this feature ensures resistance to various negative impacts like snow, fire, water, and more. To retain heat, the walls are equipped with insulation. Inside the houses of the company, measuring 15 by 15 feet, there's a fully equipped kitchen, a bathroom, a laundry room, and a second-floor bedroom that fits a queen-size bed. The starting price of the house is $69,800. Once you add all the upgrades, it comes to $93,000. Tecla. Wasp Company wanted to demonstrate that an eco-friendly, efficient, and stylish home can be built using machines. To do this, they use two synchronized 3D printers that work together without bumping into each other, ensuring a smooth building process using materials readily available nearby. Layer by layer, the structure gradually assumed the form of a house. Ultimately, 350 layers of material, each 0.5 inches thick, were laid down. The resulting structure combines thermal insulation, ventilation, and water collection. Is the resulting housing eco-friendly? Absolutely, since hardly any waste or garbage was generated during the construction process. Can such a home be considered efficient? Definitely, judging by its design, which incorporates everything necessary for living. Does the house look good? Beauty's subjective, but at least the structure looks interesting. Also, Wasp Company managed to create the housing relatively quickly, as only 200 hours were spent on its complete construction. Soon, there are plans to create an even more extravagant and amazing building, the White Tower. It'll stand at 98 feet tall and will be used for performances and concerts. It feels like we're on the brink of a tech-filled future, with those futuristic 3D ideas finally turning into reality. System 01. What we have here is not merely a tiny backyard shack, but a high-end, aesthetically pleasing cabin priced at $188,000. For this amount of money, Backcountry Hut Company provides a 183 square foot structure designed in the style of a summer cabin, where sleeping areas and various storage are on the loft and everything else is on the main floor. The frame of such construction is made of glued timber manufactured from eco-friendly wood and covered with prefabricated insulated panels for walls, roofs, and floors. It all gets set up in 3 to 6 weeks, which is pretty quick compared to similar builds. Plus, they say hardly any mechanical help is needed for assembly. Foldable house. Once the prefab house from Quasant is delivered to its designated spot, it begins its transformation. The roof lifts up, and at the same time, the walls are positioned in place. Then the panels are added, completely enclosing the quickly assembled house. It's like the home is ready for tenants in just a couple of minutes. Still, hardly anyone would want to live in such an incomplete house, so the building process doesn't stop there. Interior and exterior finishing touches are added along with completing other tasks. It might seem like this house takes longer to build than you thought, but don't jump to conclusions, as getting it fully ready takes no more than a day. Relief. If you've always dreamed of living in a cottage straight out of a fairy tale, Green Magic Homes is the place for you. Their specialists will deliver the floor and walls, a door, and a window to your location and then swiftly assemble everything. All in all, the house just needs to be equipped with everything necessary, and then you can move in. No extra insulation or finishing work is needed. The structures are already waterproof and insulated. TP60. T-Con's formwork panel, measuring 47 by 24 inches, weighs just 21 pounds. Yes, it's easy to carry around, and that says a lot about how it speeds up building any house compared to traditional methods. But of course, T-Con formwork isn't just good for quick building because it's light. It's made of an ABS plastic panel, an erection handle, an alignment wailer, a flexible beam, and a support, making it easy to use. According to the company, even unskilled workers can quickly and efficiently form walls, columns, and slabs with it. Also, the company claims that by using its formwork system, there's little to no need for plastering after pouring. This means homes can be built even faster. Flat Pack. Seabox is the company that really knows how to quickly build houses. Setting up a house measuring 19 by 8 by 9 feet only takes 1 to 2 hours, during which workers place the bottom frame on the ground, install wall panels, columns, downspouts, doors, windows, screw fittings, and everything else, and then put on the top frame. Yes, any connoisseur of beauty would shed tears at the sight of such a container home, but fans of mobility and easy construction will certainly welcome such a solution. Boxabl folding houses. Getting a fully functional house like this will set you back at least $60,000. And here's the kicker, Boxabl won't even assemble it for you. They'll just deliver it to your desired location. The living space measures 19 feet by 19 feet, totaling 360 square feet, with ceilings almost 10 feet high. You'll find all the comforts of modern living inside, including a well-equipped kitchen area, a cozy living space, and a bathroom. Natural light pours in through large windows. Need more room and better features? Well, the company can easily bring another house just like this one and slap it on another floor. The main thing is to pay the same amount of money. Arched cabins. Arched Cabins' mission is to make housing affordable for as many people as possible. Moreover, their homes can be built by people without extensive construction knowledge in about 1 week. Special do-it-yourself kits were created for this purpose. It includes base plates, ribs, beams, wall panels, metal roof panels, fasteners, insulation, foam inserts, and everything else needed to build a house. The houses come in various sizes. The company offers small options with a width of 8 feet, while there are much larger models, their width reaches already 30 feet. And these are just the smallest and largest homes. There are many models of different sizes in between. Of course, homes differ in price. The smallest option is priced at $2,448, and the largest one at $42,412. Eco panel houses. According to Eco Panels of Tennessee, their home building panels are eco-friendly because they use less wood and generate less waste during production. Being eco-friendly is great, but what else is cool about these houses? The house built with these panels can save on electricity. Well, at least that's what the manufacturer claims. Plus, using panels means you can put up the walls and roof of a house much faster. You can see the proof right on your screens. Panels that positively impact the environment? Doesn't seem good enough. How about construction materials made from recycled plastic? Nature would definitely appreciate that. Build block. Using regular insulation concrete forms already speeds up construction, but Build Block solution makes building a house even faster. These blocks, measuring 16 by 48 inches, have really strong connections between them, making them more stable. Their horizontal and vertical cut lines make cutting easier, eliminating the need for a tape measure. They're self-draining, so there's no buildup of water or ice, unlike traditional options that might need more maintenance. Apart from that, there's one more thing about these blocks that makes building easier and faster. They're reversible and have special attach points, meaning you don't have to rotate them to find the correct side to install. Pop yurts. Simplicity has never been so evident in housing construction. Yurts from the company Pop Yurts are simply bamboo sticks connected in a certain way, which in about a few dozen minutes turn from a compact transportable form into a complete frame ready to become a home. Simple, isn't it? And the further transformations won't be any harder. Just do some basic tasks like putting up some insulation, then put on the roof. Done. You've got a full-fledged house. And if that's not enough, the building can be additionally wrapped in corrugated metal, turning it into an even more suitable place to live. Transforming this kind of yurt is only limited by your creativity and budget. For instance, you could change it into something like this. Though the shape would be the only thing that remains from the yurt, and the place will turn into a small, autonomous house capable of withstanding any conditions. Paka. On the screen, you can see the process of setting up a tent, and for this type of shelter, it takes a really long time. However, the tent here is more like a house in terms of its features. The key feature that sets this tent apart is its sturdy frame, a departure from the usual flimsy tent structure. It's so robust and reliable that you could easily add wooden walls to mimic the feel of a standard wooden house. Inside, there's a cozy 270 square feet for the bedroom and 108 square feet for the bathroom. This tent comes fully loaded with a queen-sized bed, bedside table, chairs, AC, table, wardrobe, and more. It's definitely not your typical camping setup, right? Another cool thing about this tent is that its side walls come with insulation, while the roof is even more impressive with its 3-layer design, outclassing almost any tent structure you can think of. Simply superior. Building basement walls is a rather tough and time-consuming job, which you can hand over to Superior Walls Company. It delivers ready-made reinforced concrete wall panels to the construction site, which are then placed in the right position one by one and secured with stainless steel bolts. According to the company, it all takes less than 1 day, and bad weather won't delay the timeline. And yes, you can cross not only wall construction off your to-do list, but also any concerns about needing extra insulation. The panels installed by the company already include extruded polystyrene with excellent insulating properties. Broad group building. What can you accomplish in 28 hours and 45 minutes? Surprisingly, you could build a 10-story building. How's that even possible? Broad Group didn't start from scratch when they created their structure. Instead, they took a shortcut. They assembled modules made of stainless steel in the factory, which included wiring, insulation, windows, and ventilation systems. Then they transported them to the construction site, stacked them up, and connected them to electricity and water. Oh, and don't forget, we had a bunch of builders and 3 cranes helping out. But does that really make the achievement any less impressive? It's not the only example of large projects built in record time. There's a 57-story building that went up in just 19 days. And then there's this train station that was put together in a mere 9 hours. It's just amazing what people can achieve with technology. Lok-N-Blok. Construction can be done even quicker than with concrete and lumber. And this isn't just talk. This video proves it. The secret to the high speed is that the black blocks called Lok-N-Blok are made of polypropylene and have a shape that fits together perfectly. Thanks to this, they weigh 90% less than a regular concrete block and are very easy to connect. And yes, polypropylene is the main material here, so let's focus on it. Thanks to this material, Lok-N-Blok units are resistant to pests, moisture, and UV light, provide sound insulation, thermal insulation, and have high strength. Mirror house. If you're dreaming of living in a house that'll dazzle even the most seasoned art lover with its stunning design, start saving up and get in touch with OOD-House. The company will swiftly deliver and install a home ranging from 100 to 285 square feet, earning between $24,700 and $145,300 per unit. Once set up, buyers will receive a house adorned with mirrored panels, offering an endlessly enjoyable exterior view. Is there any benefit to this besides just aesthetics? Well, this design will also delight those who prefer privacy, as their home will be partially hidden from prying eyes. Gardenrobe. Fast, made to order, and stylish, SteelTech can create a building on any plot. The primary reason the construction process is so rapid, potentially taking just 4 hours, is the utmost simplicity of the buildings. The lightweight steel frame is easy to assemble. The same goes for the metal wall panels. Doors, windows, and the roof are also quick to install because they're pre-sized. Yes, such a structure doesn't exactly scream home, even though it looks like one on the outside, but why not live there if the climate allows? Plus, you can always insulate the quick-built structure further. Maverick blind. After using just a power drill to assemble all the components of this setup, you might wonder what this has to do with a house. Admittedly, Maverick Hunting's blind isn't exactly a cozy abode, but it does make for a decent temporary living spot. This hunting blind is made from roto-molded plastic with UV protection, ensuring it can withstand any weather conditions. It features windows that can be opened to let in some fresh air. Also, you can customize it with a floor and equip it with everything you need for living, making it more like a tent. You'll find Maverick Hunting's blinds much more affordable compared to other options that resemble houses. The smallest blind costs $950, while the largest one goes for $1,300. SIP houses. In this video, they're putting up buildings designed for living. The key players are Bentley Concepts and Structural Insulated Panels. From them, the company builds absolutely everything in the structure of the house. First, the walls are put up, which form both the general boundaries of the house and the interior rooms, and then the roof is installed. Choosing just one material seems odd because homes are typically built using a combination of them. However, this approach makes the construction even faster compared to using partially made structural insulated panel counterparts. On top of that, it elevates the house's properties to a new level. Brikawood house. Building a house with Brikawood solution is both quick and straightforward. Some might even find it exciting, since the dwelling is constructed using wooden components that fit together like Lego blocks. Each part consists of 4 wooden pieces, 2 lateral flanges, and 2 transverse spacers in a dovetail shape. These pieces fit snugly together, ensuring the structure has good mechanical strength. Sure, this kind of wall building tech isn't really used for houses in extreme places, because then you'd have to keep heating the place all the time. But for those trendy passive houses everyone's into nowadays, it's perfect. Modular houses. It would seem that these are ordinary prefabricated houses that are indistinguishable from each other. However, their assembly is completely individual. Every home from Archiblocks is a unique project, meeting each customer's individual requirements. And if initially a container-shaped house looks similar to another, the final residence often differs significantly. To each main module, the company can add extra bedrooms, bathrooms, or simply modular rooms with any intended use as requested by the customer. However, there's one more thing that ties all the homes together: high energy efficiency achieved through suitable materials and design choices. Quick Up Hut. Originally, this wasn't supposed to be a house, but a small kiosk for selling goods. However, with some modifications, the structure can easily be turned into a living space. Moreover, these structures are hard to ignore when you need to quickly set up a space for living or any other purpose. Why? Because they embody true mobility. One semi-trailer can fit 12 to 15 huts. In the warehouse, each hut takes up about 32 square feet, but when they're set up, they expand to over double that size, covering about 71 square feet. They can be quickly assembled by unfolding the compact walls, securing them, and adding the roof. Prefab houses. What makes these modern buildings attractive? It's the way they were built. I mean their modularity. 17 structures were built from modules that were prefabricated by Lier plus Graph in their factory. Each module was immediately equipped with an outer shell, windows, doors, wooden facade, and roof waterproofing. After placing them in position, finishing touches, connecting utilities, and installing equipment were all that remained to complete the modules. And yes, it took around 7 months for the entire process, which is a lot shorter compared to starting from scratch. Micro home. According to Jen Bockhaus, this is considered a micro home. Yes, a home ranging from 645 to 860 square feet, depending on the version, is what they call micro. Maybe they're being a bit ironic, because a micro home of any size can fit just about everything you'd find in a regular home. Maybe they call their homes micro houses because they're mobile and quick to set up. Any version of these homes can be easily transported by truck and then assembled in no time. Sonostar domes. You're looking at Sonostar dome buildings, perfect for anyone who loves quick-built homes. To start with, it's important to mention what keeps the entire structure intact. The framework of any version, whether small or large, features cut PVC pipes. The framework's easy to assemble, relocate, and can even support a decent amount of weight. For example, testers attached different weights up to 140 pounds to it, and the structure handled it well. The roof is a cover that simply stretched over the frame. Yes, it doesn't look very reliable, but it'll protect from the basic whims of nature like rain, snow, and wind. Anyway, now it's clear why constructing a dome house takes hardly any time. It won't shelter you from natural disasters, but it's enough for those who prioritize fast construction. Gablok box. Gablok claims that you can build a house solo in just a few days using their blocks. Though it sounds ambitious, it's a claim that holds up. Gablok's solution really makes building easier because of the design of the blocks. They come with graphite insulation that's about 10 inches thick, which greatly speeds up wall construction. Plus, since the insulation can be adjusted, it makes it easier to form a strong bond, further reducing construction time. Moreover, the company produces not just blocks, but also special wooden panels and rails. This makes home construction even faster. Pod life. These pods can be installed quickly. How quickly? So quickly that you don't need to do anything at all. Pod life has already assembled them. For the user, installation just means watching as a crane lifts the new home off the truck and puts it in place. The pods come in different sizes and configurations. The smallest ones are 20 by 10 feet and cost $44,000. But for that price, there's basically nothing inside. If you want a proper home, though, the price goes up to $66,590, and the pod comes with a bathroom and kitchen. Other models of houses may have different configurations. A fully equipped house will cost $158,000. It includes 3 bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom, and a kitchen. Bod 2. 3 or 4 people and a Cobod printer can easily build a house, and pretty quickly too. The speed of the device called Bod 2 reaches 39 inches per second, but that's with the safety enclosure. Without it, the printer works at 10 inches per second. The folks at Cobod didn't stop at making their device quick at putting up buildings. Their printer is also modular, so you can adjust it for any building size. At the same time, the construction quality won't be compromised as the printer has a special steel nozzle that moves behind the printhead, smoothing and texturing the wall during printing. It's also important to mention that the Bod 2 printer can print with genuine concrete, not just with ready-mix solutions.